Hey guys, it's Mathel here once again with the update video on the Golem Mentalist or Miolem's Mjolnir, just Elementalist Golem build. Many words. In any case, it has done what I would hoped it would do, and that is smash the end game content. I wasn't too sure if it would really have the single target in the end, because Mjolnir Arc, so that sort of stuff does not typically do too much single target, but with both the arcs we have going, with RF, with all the golem buffs, with guaranteed shock on enemies, and as well as that, just rolling another Wave of Conviction as a secondary spell in my 6-link for Cast on Crit for additional big hits, and then Exposure. It ended up doing some serious single target damage, as you'll see later on in the video, and possibly some of the biggest I've ever had. I do say that a lot, I do mean that a lot. It seems to just be some of those, one of those cases where power creep kinda enables bigger, better, funner things, and overall you just keep kinda making bigger damage builds. This was kind of a surprise for bigger damage, but it is still very much somewhat expected due to the fact that the golem buffs right now are pretty insane. And I really do recommend checking out Elementalist for, well, just about any one of your builds that can muster up some elemental damage, because it's just super worth and fun at the moment. Using the Primordial Chain Amulet for 8 golems, as I am doing in this version, as opposed to my Static Strat character, has made my golems squishier though. By comparison, I think my golems have about 20,000 life at best, compared to the 30,000 or so that the other character had, so they will die occasionally. The things I've noticed them dying to is some of the rougher delve stuff, and as well as that, maybe a guardian or two, but it's pretty rare that they do die, and it's fairly easy to resummon one or two of them. Rarely will like more than 2 of them die, for example, so you may be down a couple of golems from time to time, and you just fix that by resummoning them once or twice. Now, if you've never tried Vaal Arc before, it's pretty goddamn juicy, and the character does end up being just a beacon for looking for the biggest, fattest Vaal Arcs. For Legion, that's definitely going to be one of your biggest presses of the button ever, but you can find plenty big ones during Delve, during maps like Pit of Chimera. That one's got lots of good Vaal Arc button presses, and you get plenty of occasional big Vaal Arcs during the Blight encounters themselves, though you do have to let the monsters really build up and channel their way through the paths to actually get any substantial chains going. It's actually a bit of a shame, because Vaal Arc right now kind of does what maybe old Arc used to do, because you will notice that the Arc's chaining bounces are actually pretty pathetic in Radius right now. It won't bounce like between pack to pack a lot of the time, because they've just gutted the range on the bounces for regular Arc, but Vaal Arc definitely still bounces as far as humanly possible, and just really has this amazing chaining clear feel to it. You will oftentimes just straight up off-screen shit with it, and then as well as that, it has become a very solid delving character. It's taking care of my current deepest depths, which isn't anything substantial. It's like 350, 360, but it's been very smooth, and the chains, the explosions, the cycloning, the sustain, it's all pretty damn good. I would highly recommend it for trying to do some of your deeper delves. Probably not the real serious stuff, you know, the 1k plus or whatever. I haven't even been there, so I can't really tell you how much worse it's going to be for that. But for clearing up just all these sort of delve nodes and paths, you get so many sweet arc procs, and it just shreds everything quite efficiently. But as I mentioned, the single target is just absolutely dirty, and we'll get into that in just a second. But one more fat Vaal Arc chain for your visual pleasure as well. Boom. And that does bring me to the point that in Pulsar, I wouldn't say it's strictly necessary, but it does feel very nice for the explosions. You could go a different direction with something like Call of the Brotherhood, so that you're splitting your damage between lightning and cold. You would then need fire version of elemental equilibrium going off, so you'd need some fire damage to attacks. But that would enable you to use something like a Lore Weave, which means you take less damage from Righteous Fire, and plenty of other utility on top of that as well. So there's some choices with this type of thing. This is the min-maxed version of my build, I'd say, the Impulsor version of the build where it's just pure lightning, but I think you can go a few other directions with this sort of Mjolnir setup. And of course, as I said, plenty of other things Elementalists can do. Cospriest should be a very strong build with it as well, and most other cast-on crits too. So I do encourage you to look around at those things. I may even make another Elementalist by the end of the league, because I'm pretty keen on this Golem playstyle. I'll leave you with my first Uber Elder kill. Did end up doing 2 or 3 of them, maybe 2 at the moment. It's pretty smooth, the damage is insane, it's just up to the playstyle, which is a little clunky because you are, of course, very melee and cyclone based, as you can see, but, well, it's not too bad if you just overkill everything as hard as humanly possible. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Doing things. They're both dead, very good. Happy with that outcome. Double leap, stop that. Golems are still alive, that's pretty good. They might die here if we're not careful. And they are really like taunting shit, aren't they? Cutting it pretty close. Trying to speedrun this shit, get max and deeps and all that. Do I not have one charge of fucking Val RF yet? Dead lol. Alright, give me a jewel and let me leave. I need to go. Need to go, chat. That's pretty good there. Bah! Malevolence, life recovery rate, crit with precision, and cannot be blinded with precision. There's definitely some shit going on there. Actually, Malevolence and Precision combined is like, you know, can be good for fucking poison shit. This is billions of exalts. I guess we'll check it real quick. This one, and let's just do Malevolence Recovery, right? It's life? Something? Yeah. 6x? Yeah, that's billions. Throw in the blind immunity, which doesn't really matter. It's even more billions.